who lost his first television match ever to this man, Del Ballard Jr., right here last year.
So the four-time champion, 24-year-old, young and lots of ability, opens with a strike. Here he is, defending champion Del Ballard, guy with a sense of humor.
All right. Wow, this lane has gotten tight.
He tells the story with his own microphone. The lane has gotten tight. That's hard for people to believe, that the more you bowl on it, the slicker it gets. But that's what happens out here on the tour with the heavy concentration of oil. A great portion of that oil carry down, Chris, is with the very porous, high surface friction urethane bowling balls that the players use. I think that is probably the primary reason that the oil carries down so much out here on the tour. It can happen in league play, but not quite as much.
Lofting the ball. Del Ballard. Sparing a strike. Now Danny Wiseman. Second frame with a strike up using the full approach. Broke up the 7-10 split.
7-10.
Wiseman with just an ideal style. Holds the ball low. Now watch how he starts off here. Just a shoulder high push away, backswing, right there in good position. His head's real steady. Look at this pivot step right here, and then the long slide through. One of the longest slides in bowling. He and Ballard, almost identical styles.
It came up. Danny Wiseman third at the Paula Carter. Homestead, Florida, opened this year. 7th telecast overall. We said 4 victories in 6 telecasts. A game record of 12 victories, 2 losses, a .228 average.
Fantastic. And his idols in the sport of bowling were Holman, Hardwick, and the man he's bowling, Del Ballard, who defeated him for the first time he was ever defeated, 250 to 247 here last year.
And having no problem with lane 48, the alternate lane with a breakdown on 49, Bo.
Well, the PBA has deemed that they will not use 49 even if it comes back on. So the man who wins this match will have a tremendous advantage over tournament leader Dave Ferraro. Ballard just a little soft with this shot. He adjusted to the tighter lane by throwing the ball a little bit slower. It didn't work. Too soft. Leaves the 3-6 spare.
Okay. Yeah, we had some good news as the auto racing season gets underway. That it looks like our friend Lynn St. James may have an opportunity to race in the 500 this year. And if I had a car and he with a little experience, I'd want this man to drive it. Made of the right stuff.
You're right, a lot of guts. Even match, 4th frame.
Oh, no, not that.
The 2-8-10. The ball slides by on the right. Watch the head pin doesn't quite come off the sideboard to do the damage. 6 chops off the 10. The best Ballard can do is really hit the 2-8 and hope for a kick out of the 10 pin.
So it's an open frame who won the previous match, Del Ballard. We'll continue with our semifinal after this.
Esports.
We're looking at the defending champion after an open frame in the 4th. Del Ballard has come back with a strike in the 5th. However, a 3-bagger recorded by his opponent, Danny Wiseman. A combination of an open frame and a double has put Wiseman on top by 34. Del, if he can strike on this alternate lane, number 48, he can cut it to 24. Here he is.
Come on, man, come on.
Ballard had a chance to shake up a 10 stands.
Ah, that wireless microphone. It's great. So it's a spare for Del Ballard. Disappointed. And here's Bo.
6.
Tournament leader Dave Ferraro. Dave, a breakdown. Obviously, I don't think I've ever seen anybody have to bowl on that in the last couple of years. Plus, the tournament leader has only won 3 times this year. What's your game plan?
Well, as for the breakdown, I get practice balls, and my opponent has to do the same thing I have to do, so there's really no advantage one way or other. As for the tournament leader not winning, I think he's due.
All right, very positive attitude from a very tough competitor, Chris. Back to you.
And a man that has lots of experience on our telecast this year, Dave Ferraro. Winner of 7 titles, his 6th appearance. We're looking at Danny Wiseman in his 2nd appearance, 3rd at the Paula Carter Homestead Open. 3, 4, 6, 10. Tough shot. So it's an open for Danny Wiseman. He's suffered some recent injuries, he told us earlier, but he's found a way to get into today's finals.
Well, Bo, 3 weeks ago I slipped shooting a 10-pin in Carroll Air Lanes, and I hurt my arm. And I took the next week off, and I bowled 8 games. I didn't even practice. And last week I finished 6th, but near the end of the week it was bothering me. And this week I saw Rich Patera. He has a friend who's a doctor, and he looked at my arm. I strained a muscle, and he gave me some medication. And this week it's been fine. It hasn't bothered me one bit. But I thank Dr. Conti very much.
All right. And he doesn't seem to be getting the wrist action he normally gets in the ball. And Rich Butera is one of the promoters and host here at our Leisure Lanes operations as Danny Wiseman steps to the side to get a lower surface friction ball, sliding the ball across the lane as his wife looks on, hopefully to make the 10-pin and maintain an 18-pin lead through 7.
Lisa watches with you. Kelly Ballard watches in Texas. There it is. Off the deck and into the channel for Danny Wiseman. And that brings the match close. In fact, this man leads Ballard. Did you know?
Everyone wants to win. Next Saturday on ABC Sports.
Del Ballard opened in the 7th frame, chopping the 2-8 off the 10. In the 8th, covered a 4-pin for a spare. Now we're looking at Danny Wiseman.
Wiseman with the 7th.
21-pin lead for Danny in the 8th frame. He's only going at a 193 pace. Ballard at a 172 pace. And just week after week, the players are struggling on the championship pair. The PBA needs to find a solution to these really horrendous bowling conditions. 1 or 2 weeks acceptable, but this is getting ridiculous. These lanes were high scoring all week long. Ballard averaged 254 on the championship pair. Wiseman 233 all week long coming into this, and they're struggling for 200s.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
Look at this.
Yikes.
Misses
Missed that
with 7-pin.
Well, they call 3 strikes in a row a turkey. We call 3 misses in a row a buzzard out here. So the opposite of a turkey is a buzzard.
Yeah,
Wide
right,
World
because
today
Wiseman had
features,
a 6.
it's a double whammy, believe me. The National Football League stars are going to be in the Jeep Superstars. Then, the road to the Kentucky Derby continues with the running of the Santa Anita Derby, presented by Kawasaki. Wide World follows us. Leaving a 2-pin.
And our statistician Billy Oakes asks what happens if he misses this. You go from a buzzard with 3 misses in a row to a flamingo for 4 misses in a row. This is a kind of a trail through the zoo birdhouse.
All right. Billy Oakes, who finished 9th, made a buck.
Ballard saying, what is the score here? I thought I was out of this match. I still have a chance. I'm only trailing by 10.
Oh, man.
Flamingo, 4 misses in a row.
Another
Right now,
miss.
Del Ballard has taken the lead sitting on the bench. Look at the heavy concentration of Oil in the center. Players go by. Not much to say except Ballard can now defeat Wiseman for the second consecutive year
one of the
in
craziest
Sayville
matches
tournament.
ever.
Wow. Where did my hook go?
Where did it go?
Well, it went with the oil carrying from the front part of the lane to the back part of the lane, and you can't get any surface friction. The ball doesn't finish. Let's put this setup right now. If Del Ballard converts his spare, the match is even, tied going into the 10th. Despite all the delays, we still could have a tie match at 171.
Play there, baby.
And if we're tied,
At least
it
Del
will be by
with the
far the most
button.
exciting thing we've had up to now. Anyway, by the narrowest of margins, let's see it again.
Is there a black cloud floating over this building or what? The match tied going into the 10th frame. Despite all the comics and lack of artistry in this match, we still have to determine a winner.
And the defending champion giving it his all. You can count on it. And so is Danny Wiseman. As Dave Ferraro. You hear the pinfall now. Continues to warm up. He's a tournament leader and he's hot.
Okay, Wiseman cannot be shut out. He can bowl 181 if our defending champion Del Ballard Jr. throws 2 more strikes. He'll have 181. The match is up for grabs.
That's a strike on lane 48. When the chips are down, these pros are tough. And of course, all he can do is sit and wait for his time. The winner to meet Dave Ferraro for the $27,000 first prize.
Well, baby. How about that again?
Third time.
All right, Ballard finished 178. The job in front of Danny Wiseman. 2 strikes and 8 to win. Anything less, he loses.
Can't believe it.
Has 4 consecutive openings going into the 10th frame. Wiseman loses. Ballard goes on to the final.
Okay. ABC Sports presentation of the Professional Bowlers Tour will return after this message and a word from our